see this year? Okay, boom. We not chasing. Nobody. Why you got in all like Barry? Acting as though you don't want me.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
I love the Kalinago territory, I love the Kalinago people, and I really embrace my culture.
How the hell do we expect to survive as a communal society in a capitalist system?
We need to teach that history that have not been taught.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome. Come on down. The bell is rung. The class is about to start. We're getting ready for another show. Good evening. Welcome, welcome. Welcome every single one of you, wherever you're locked in TV land, video land, Facebook land, YouTube land. Those of you on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Good evening to you. Welcome to another show. I am Jael Joseph, and I want to welcome you at this time. We have an exciting show tuned in. Let me tell you, we're crossing the bridge, and it's not because we have a flu. We got Mr. Ridge in the house. Make sure you share the live, share the live, share the live, share the live. If you're just coming on, let me know that you're tuned in. Let me know that you're locked in. I see folks coming in already. Share the live, share the love. Yes, that's what my sister says. Share the live, share the love. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening. Want to say special good evening to the sponsors locked in on the show. Good evening to Ask the Fans, right place, right price. Good evening to the folks out there at Fresh Market. Good evening to the folks at Best Price. Good evening to Cash and Carry. Good evening to Caribe. You love Caribe. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome aboard the show. Go ahead and share the live. We got an exciting show here ready for you guys. Now, like I mentioned to you all, I'm recovering from the flu, so I'm gonna have moments of coughing. I'm gonna have moments of, heart palpitations, loss of breath. No, I'm just playing. But we're gonna do our best tonight. I got my tea in my Black Island Girl cup. See, my Black Island Girl mug. I got my tea, and I am ready to do this with you guys. This is not my first time interviewing Rich, but it's my first time doing it this way. So hi Makaza, good evening. Thank you for joining. Make sure you share the live, share the live. Those of you, I see folks. Oh, hi Miranda, listening from Jersey. Claudia Carlton, good evening to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Share the live. Make sure you share the live. Maki, hope all is well with you. So, like I was saying, I interviewed Rich back when Suki was the hottest in the Caribbean, and let me tell you, it was a super dope interview. And can't believe we waited this long. I don't even know why we waited this long to have his own interview because this was Suki and Rich, but mostly introducing y'all to the music aspect of it, not necessarily the person, you know. And I feel like there is a big person behind this, like a ginormous personality behind this. And that is when I say this, I'm referring to the nasty business. I'm referring to, you know, Ridge on a whole. There is like he's like a whole. He's a personality. I did an interview with Ridge just a few weeks ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, and I remember after the interview, we were walking back to my car, and my videographer was just like, "Yo, this guy's so intense. Ridge is so intense. We're gonna be talking to Ridge." And let me tell you, when he gets, sometimes I've caught Ridge. Okay, so I've had a few interviews with Ridge. I did an interview with him for Caribbean Music Awards. And he does this thing like me, because we have big eyes. You say Zego. And he gets like, you can see the intensity, his eyes opened up. Before you see his eyes opening up, put down the eyes for me. Drop the eyes. Drop the eyes. Because I'm going to open up my eyes tonight. I'm excited to have him on the program. I'm excited to hear a little bit more about him, his story, his life. I mean, he's still fairly new in the business. Fairly new, I say, and I use that word very loosely. But I feel like he's acquired so much knowledge. I mean, speaking of Ridge, you learn so much every single time you speak to him. And he makes sure that he knows his shit. So you don't come and mama guy him. No, he's not the one. Wrong person. Wrong boy or artist to mama guy. Do not come for Ridge. You can't mama guy him about his money. You can't mama guy him about his music. You just cannot. He's a straight shooter. He will look through every contract with a fine tooth comb. Literally. He doesn't play. And I am so honored to have him here on my show here this evening. We get to talk to him. Share the live, guys. Share the live, share the live, share the live, share the live, share the live. Go ahead and hit that share button as soon as you come on. I am so excited to talk to him. He's in the weirdest of places right now. And we're gonna start the show for someone he is like where I first made it in the entertainment industry, in media. That is where Ridge is sitting on right now. If you know where Ridge is sitting on right now, drop the name. If you know where Ridge is sitting on right now, let's see how well you know me. Where I first started in the entertainment industry in Dominica, that is where Ridge is sitting on right now, presently. And I see a lot of folks coming on. Good evening, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. Make sure when you come in, you hit the share button. Hit the share button. And don't forget, if you like to support the show, you can support the show throughout. You don't have to just be a sponsor. You could support here. All of the information, yes, all the information up here for you to support. You can support me on Patreon. You can support me on PayPal. And you can support me more back here. Yes. Bills got to get paid. Okay? So we're getting ready for the show. Let's not waste any more time. I want to bring on Mr. Ridge across the bridge to the show. This is an exclusive interview. You want to know everything about him. Everything. You know, if you just put egg on his arm, we want to know all of that. We want to know. Good evening.
Good evening, Jael. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad.
You look like you're surprised.
Yeah, because I see you looking so nice and sexy and well light, and I looking well dark, like a sukuya.
You don't look like a Sukuya, man. You're looking okay. You're okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're all right. How are you?
Everything's good, man. How are you? You feeling better from the flu?
Well, you know, it's trying to. I say, it's trying to snatch my soul. The flu shot
Hmm.
is that flu is. I don't wish that for anybody
I know.
because it's a dry cough that does not want to end. But I'm drinking my tea. I'm staying hydrated. I have my tea. I have my water. It's me that
Yeah,
I ready. I ready.
yeah,
I
man.
It's good to have you on. And I mean, we're right at the start of the carnival season, and we
Hmm.
know you are one of the top. I mean, you're first of all, you're artist of the year, 2024.
Yeah.
Hello, hello. Let's talk about that. You're Brilliant Artist of the Year. So we cannot start the season off and don't mention the fact that you did such. I mean, you came in so early in the game, and you definitely dominated. And congratulations to you on winning the Caribbean Music Awards Bouillon Artist of the Year. I want to start there. How did you feel? You know,
Oh, it was really quite a shock because I know I put in the work, and I was expecting to at least be eligible for the award. But when I before they give me the award, they call me backstage and say I have to present the Boy Artist Award. But like, oh, how I can present the Boy Artist Award? I'm one of the nominees for the award. So then they say, oh no, it's a mistake. Go back to your seat. So as I walking back to my seat, I hear, and the Boy Artist of the Year is Mr. Reach. So like, just caught me off guard. Now.
how did you feel
Yeah.
in your stomach? In like what was going on in your stomach? Because I know you stood up on stage and you did your little speech. How did you feel?
No, it was overwhelming of point of emotions because all the years and all the battle that I went through for the music, and I lost friends because of music, and people died for that music scene to grow, so it was just all emotions erupting at the same moment, and I was just happy, and I'm happy that I got internationally recognized for my efforts in Booyah music. So big up to you for bringing that to their attention.
No, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, I felt it was so important for us to have representation, and I want to really, acknowledge them for recognizing that because a lot of times we complain about things and people just like say whatever, they don't pay attention, and it was very good that. So I want to big up the entire organization. They don't like me to call their names. They always tell me don't call our names, Jael.
Yeah.
So, but the entire organization, the Caribbean Music Awards, big up to them for putting for helping. I feel like they also help put Bouillon music on the map, by giving it that
Yeah.
kind of recognition from such a high level because you are in the midst of people who've been doing this for decades, decades and wanted recognition like from all different genres, right? And it can be so frustrating when you work so hard and at the end of the day you might make plenty money but nobody recognizes what you're doing, the work that you're doing, whether it is for country, whether it is for the genre, whether it is just for for entertainment purposes, but nobody recognizes. So I'm so happy that you guys got recognized. Bouillon got a category. I noticed that it's not in the categories this year, but we don't know yet. We don't know. I mean, at the end of
Yeah.
the day, this is still the preliminary voting. So we hope that it gets added on. I think I'm going to take a back seat this year. I'm going to sit back because, again, I very rarely do I get recognized for all of my efforts. So I feel like I should just sit back and
You
and
see what
watch
happens?
and watch things unfold. Watch things unfold. Rich, I want to start with where you started with this. Why did you want to do music? Where did this come from?
Well, it all started when I was around 11 years, 12 years. My dad bought me a keyboard. I wanted to learn to play keyboard, I have a keyboard. I couldn't play anything, so I started taking like classical music by Miss Later in Virgin Lane. And from there, I started to experiment with the cultural music, like Booyah, or Zouk, Calypso. And from there, the interest just grew and grew, from that tender age.
So, did you have an interest in playing the keyboard, or did he just give it to you and say, "Hey, get lessons"?
It, it was just a random gift. He told me, "Yeah, I buy a keyboard for you." I said, "Well, I can't play keyboard." He said, "You have to learn." Yeah, that was it. I was maybe the first musician in my family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. Um, so that was what you spent your a lot of your time doing, like your pastime doing, playing music. Was that something that was a huge part?
Yeah, that was something happened because what happened, I was set up Jodel at the time, and there's not really much doing Jodel. You know, if you know Jodel, the village kind of boring. So I would just like play music, and then I started a band with DJ Snow and Carlin. We started a band together, I did the band in Jodel. And from there, I started to experiment, play with different groups. And what really made me go into the music professionally was when I had my son. I had my first son at 18 years. And I was like, I'm doing music, but Dominica can't really sustain a full-time musician right now. So she had to take care of all the responsibilities. So then I got a contract to go and play on Carnival Cruise Lines. And that has really like broadened my horizon on the type of music I should be playing and what the world wants to hear. Because when you're in Dominica,
Let us stick up in that for a second.
mhm.
We fast track too far ahead. We jump
Oh,
too
okay.
far ahead. Right, we jump too far ahead because I wanna understand a little bit about your family, and because I'm trying to
Mhm.
figure out like why would your dad want you to like give you a keyboard and tell you, it's usually you find people who come from a musical family. So you mentioned, of course, living in Girodale. Was that where you were
Mhm.
born and raised? And tell me a little
No,
bit
no.
about life growing up.
Born and raised from Ghetto, Newtown, Charlottesville. So originally I spent like 10 years of my life in Newtown. And then
Mhm.
after I moved to Jordan, so when you're saying when you get to using everything, you're seeing drugs, you're seeing power, you're seeing whatever, exposed to a lot of stuff. You can poo by the bay sometimes. I learn to swim, they push you in the water, you drown in, people laughing, you have to swim for your life. So yeah, I raised up in the ghetto and it was a good experience because that can give me a balance of town and the village kind of
Mhm.
lifestyle. I think it's always good to have a balance. So that's how my upbringing was initially.
Are you an only child, or do you have other siblings?
No, I have a younger brother, an older sister, and a younger sister. Yeah.
What is the relationship like between you and your siblings?
Yeah, everybody cool. We have a family group chat. We communicate every day. No jealousy, no envy. We everybody cool, man.
No, I know I'm not interested about jealousy or envy. I'm more interested in
Mm.
the dynamics. Because I know your sister, especially your younger sister, is always like she like your shadow. You know,
Yeah,
um, so I
yeah.
kind of
But
want to.
well, okay, well, I just put it like that. Well, what happened is only my younger sister is here. The other two are overseas. So I more have like interaction with my younger sister. So early in my career, she was the one like managing the rich girls and helping me promote my events and you know getting my music out there. My brother would more support by sharing with his American friends because he was studying in the university. And then my sister was studying in China at the time when I just started. So, she give me like ideas about the Chinese culture because I was trying to like use some weird shit in my music. And I like using other foreign cultures, really booyah, because I think that would really give it uh international
Appeal.
um appeal, to the other crowds there and resonate with everybody.
Hmm. Who are some of the icons in terms of Dominican music or Obuya music that you looked up to when you were a child?
Okay, well, when I started going carnival in Lapo Kwabit. My mother used to bring me 5 years old going Juve, Lapo Kwabit. And I came here when it was CK and Serenade, so I think I have a different mentality from the non-musicians because back then Serenade had brass, all sort of instruments, CK was a bigger band. And I saw the evolution of Booyah from Serenade, CK to Triple K and then ASA, so that helped me a lot in terms of how I attack the music today.
Who did you absolutely like love? Like sometimes they'll say, like as a musician, I just absolutely loved like a drum could have beaten I behind WCK. Who was that for you?
I would say, to be honest, I was a Serenade fan at first. I like Serenade band, Ranger Man at the time with his kind of style. I could more relate to it, but I wasn't like biased to any band. I used to go behind CK, especially Cornell, playing the keyboard, watching play the keyboard, and he was the first one I started to mimic when I was playing Bouillon. So big up to Cornell.
Nice. Where did you go to school?
SMA. SMP, SMA.
You went to SMP
Mm-hmm.
and then SMA.
SMA. That's the time all my life.
Really? When you were at SMA, what did you envision? Because you mentioned your siblings went to university, so I assume
Hmm.
that you grew up in a house where that was very important. Like for the your
Yeah.
education. What was that like for you?
Well, when I started getting more interested in the music, it was difficult as my dad was like, music is just a hobby, you know. You have to get a degree and you can become an architect, become a doctor. Then things, Dominican parents is like, is that's the only things they know, architect, doctor, lawyer, and I just didn't want that, you know. I don't want to study music because like it was a hobby. So I said, well, if you know and support me in it or help me do it, then I'll do it by myself. And I went and fight my way with my music for the world.
Wow. So you went to SME, you went to SMP. Um,
Mhm.
what would your teachers today say you were, or what type of student would they say you were?
I think SMP they would say I'm a good student, but from SMA, I really started to lack tact. Yeah, I was lacking tact. I would just say
You were
anything
lacking
and
tact.
it's,
Long I don't
yeah,
hear
lacking tact.
that.
I was lacking tact in SMA, but this is I'm always a
You used to get in
good
trouble.
hearted. I used to get in trouble, but I used to escape with a lot of shit. I don't know how comes. They never used to punish me. I used to do a lot of things, mischievous stuff, but they never used to get the punishment.
What mischievous stuff you used to do? Give me one
I used
mischievous thing.
to, I remember once we dock school to go and get shape up by Shell, by Richie, Barber Shop, shape up over there and play game. And then maybe to go and do in the gardens, trouble convent girls, them kind of things there.
Boys being boys, right?
Yeah, man, boy being boys. Big up DS Football Club one time too.
Did you play football?
Yeah, because Newton, that's what everybody into. So I was part of the academy for a little while, and then also for SMA as well.
So tell me a little bit about.
What's that? 1 second, 1 second.
All right, we are on a little bit of a pause. So Rich is yeah.
Yeah, tell me now, Jael.
You good?
Yeah, good man. Yeah.
Okay. So he's actually at Q95 right about now. And for those of you, that was like my first job in media was at Q95 in Dominica. I see you have the little Q talent search in the back. So we're talking a little bit about what you used to do as a youngster, and you talk about
Hmm.
playing football and we spoke about you going to into the sea, you're gonna play in the sea, learning to swim, and all of those things. I wanted to know a little bit about when you decided that this was no longer Dominica was no longer going to do it for you in terms of music, and you started telling us a little bit about it when you spoke on. You decided to go on a cruise ship. But I feel like before that, you did other things because I remember you as the cameraman at SAT TV,
Hmm.
and
But that's after.
that was after. So that's after. Oh,
Yeah.
so reach your age on you, man.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean?
So because I remember you. So you went on the ship, and then after you
Yeah.
okay. So tell us a little bit about the ship because I've been on the ship too. I worked on the ship too.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
man.
was I was an LMS girl. I was one of the
Wow.
ladies.
Okay,
So
okay. So what happened is when I had my son at 18, I decided I had to take care of my responsibilities. So I met this guy, Daryls, introduced me to a guy called Johnny. He told me, if you want, I can get a. He was watching me play keyboard and he said, like, if you look good on the ship. I said, you sure? Yeah, make a video, send it for them. So he had to make a little video singing one reggae, one soca, one calypso. And I got accepted. And I did two contracts with them, 6 months, 1 6 months, 1 3 months. Actually, in the second contract, I got fired because me and it's normally is a duo, two of you guys. There's an older guy called Bombix. And Bombix was play a set of old calypso and to play their modern songs. And we were back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, so we didn't last long. Then from there I went to
You
I
saw
went
that
to
Jael?
yeah. So after we went to Saint Martin, I spent some time in Saint Martin. Then I came to Dominica, and
In
that's why I started working SAT.
in San Martin, you used to play in the band. Like you had a band, you had put together a band in San Martin.
Yeah.
Tell me a little
But
bit
what
about.
happened is after the cruise ship, I stayed in Saint Martin for a while. I was playing with Roy actually for a while. I was playing with Roy from Serenade. He had a band named Roy Rhythm. And we did a good shows, carnival on the road. And also I played in some hotel gigs as well, because I had the experience from the cruise ship. I know them white people like to hear, so we used to do them kind of gigs. And then I started to really miss home and my son, growing up, seeing his father. So I decided to go back home and start fresh again.
And that's when you started at SAT.
Yeah, that's why I started, yeah.
But you were not doing music at SAT.
No, I was thinking about video. That time I just bought a camera in St. Martin. So somebody just buy a camera and I say I can start doing camera stuff. Then start was looking for a video editor and I applied. I was editing the news and some advertisements. And during that same time, Digicel bought SAT and it
Yes.
started Digicel Play. I was doing that for a while and I just really felt like I was missing the music. I tried to quit it and leave it because like, oh, tapping music. I try and go in something else. But the urge was just too strong. So I think I quit my job and I went back to St. Martin.
So you just suddenly quit and yeah.
Yeah, I just quit 1 week. I just sent my resignation. Tanya Green was the manager at the time. I said, Tanya, I think I can quit now. She said, Reggie, not going nowhere. I said, yeah, I go in next day. Resignation letter. It's like, you going for real? I said, yeah, I go in. She said, what you can do? I don't know, but I'm going back and do my music.
Wow.
Yeah.
You took a leap of faith on like you really
Yeah.
like you believed in yourself.
Yeah, man, yeah, man. My mother, everybody's like, good job. Did you sell play? They give you company vehicle. I don't care. I go in back in the music.
When you got back to St. Martin, what was that like?
I was a little struggle. I went back. I was with my uncle called Bowers, Edward Bowers. He's an electrician. And we said, like a 1 bedroom apartment because he tell me, like, Rich, I have my own place now. You can come. Then I come, we're staying in a ghetto Dutch Quarter, a little bedroom, one apartment. And he tell me, well, it's not much, but I can stay with him as long as I want. Do my music thing. So that was a big help. Big up to Uncle Bowers. And then I got one gig. And then one gig into 2 gigs. And in St. Martin, like weekly gigs. So I got one for Mondays, every Monday, every Wednesday. I started to build up. I was with a guy called Remo. He's from Maho. He had a band called Explosion. He had that song. After all that thing I have done for you,
Are you
why
but
you
you
wanting me?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they had a big song, back in the days, and he was somebody that helped me make it in St. Martin in terms of the gig spot.
Mhm.
I had started gigging, and things were going really good. I got contracts with hotels, casinos, and then everything came crashing down when COVID hit. I lost everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you were in St. Martin when COVID.
yeah.
How did you said you lost everything? What does that mean? Like I know
Well,
obviously
all contracts, remember?
shut down. So did that mean you had to come back now to Dominica? Oops, we lost Rich. We lost Rich. Um we're gonna try and connect back with him. There we go. You there?
Yeah, I put my phone on do not disturb, but I don't know how it's still getting calls.
You probably have somebody that is not on do not disturb. They're on your
Oh,
personal list.
okay.
That's
So,
to me.
so before you go to COVID, remember that time Maria had hit Dominica
Mm.
and Irma hit St. Martin.
Yes.
So now, when that happened, now I check in. When it hit St. Martin, it hit St. Martin first. I was like, you know what? Let me go back to Dominica and wait for St. Martin build back up. But then Maria
So
hit.
you were in so
So
you
then,
left St. Martin.
no, I was going to leave St. Martin to go Dominica.
Okay.
But the day I had to go to Dominica, Maria hit Dominica. So I was like, boy, Dominica down, St. Martin down. So only other place was Guadeloupe and my grandmother in Guadeloupe. So I went to Guadeloupe and I sent for my son and his mom to come. So my son started going to school in Guadeloupe. And that would really spark back my interest into Bouillon. Because I wasn't playing Bouillon at all. I was like, Bouillon making money. I was more into the soca, the calypso, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you in Guadeloupe now, mind, Ridge, you moving
Mhm.
you move
Yeah.
in like you're
Yeah,
not
nomad.
I know, but one of the things I respect is that so many of us sit around and say, "Oh, things hard." Oh, but you left, went in a one bedroom shanty to try
Yeah,
and make it. Things happen. I mean, things change,
yeah,
circumstances change, and sometimes the circumstances beyond our control. And Maria and Irma were obviously two major disasters that were beyond our control. But you didn't let that. You move Guadeloupe. You checking. Okay, when next cycle
yeah.
you go Guadeloupe. So in Guadeloupe, what really sparked bouillon for you? What was it? When was that moment that you said, okay, I'm gonna try and dabble in that again?
But what happened in Guadeloupe was there was this guy called DJ Joe, and he knew me from playing keyboard with Excess Groove. And he told me like, if I want to do a show, I tell him what I can do. He said, just play a keyboard now, you play like a really money thing. I tell him what she give me. He tell me give me 100 euro. I say, okay, I'll do it. So I would like just play music and just play little keyboard solos. And then we have to get the interview rated PG for it, we can just talk freely.
No, just talk.
Yeah, so now when I was in the show, I met this woman and she was on my case. And she's like, reach out to suck my pussy tonight. I was like, what? She said, I want to suck my pussy tonight and thing. So by this need she said, I don't care, I want to suck it. Look, you can suck pussy. I said, I don't know about that. That's before I went on stage. So I went on the stage. I said, she says suck the pussy tonight. And then everyone started screaming. Ah! So yes.
So you literally
Yeah.
in that moment
Yeah.
when you started screaming, what did that make tell you? What did that tell
That's
you?
me like, would that really tell me like why people go to like that serious and I can maybe turn that into a song? So yeah, so that what really made, but that was my first song actually. Yeah, that was my first
Wow.
song.
Wow. Okay, so you start making music in Guadeloupe. You're in Guadeloupe
Hmm.
now. What is going on where your music is concerned? Are you getting booked for more gigs to do more bouillon stuff, or was it when was that moment when you said you're going to start producing your own? Because where did the producing come in? I mean, it's okay when you say you're going to sing, stand up and sing. Yeah, you can play the keyboard, but then to be a whole producer, like when did that happen?
What happened is I always used to produce from a young age. When I was 14, I had a program called Fruity Loops. So I used to make beats.
Everybody had
And
Fruity
I,
Loops, even
yeah,
I.
and and I stayed making beats for like about 6 years, but I never released nothing. I was like perfecting my craft, and I was like, I don't think people will like my music, but I had the experience in producing. I produced songs for Nai, for Remo, for Rory, for other guys. So I was producing, but I was never singing. So in Guadeloupe, I already knew how to produce music, so I just like put this song together and I sent it to my drummer Fridge. And yeah, that was it. The rest was history from there. People started to gain interest into my music and what I was doing, and I started getting bookings every weekend.
So you in Guadeloupe at that point? You
Yeah, Guadeloupe.
legal, illegal,
Well, what
volunteers,
what
like
happened is now at the time now they had something they were giving Dominican like a 2 to 3 month grace period because Dominic was destroyed. So they were giving like Dominicans an extension on their stay. You could stay up to Guadeloupe for 3 months. So what I used to do now is like every 3 months I travel back to St. Martin, spend like 2, 3 days. The flight is cheap, 200 euro for a round trip, and then come back Guadeloupe. So that way I always had like a legal residency because I don't want to mess up my legal status.
and that's smart. That is also smart. So so you would
Yeah.
never turn out like those deportees, right? You did not want
Yeah.
one of those. So that's really smart. I mean, not making fun of anybody who gets
Yeah.
deported, just stating, you have to also look out for yourself. In terms of not nobody wants to be looking over their shoulder all the time.
Yeah, man, for sure.
It's an old feeling, especially when you have a family, you have a child
Hmm.
to looking after, as well as you brought his mom over as well.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that you had your responsibility and you wanted to ensure that you were straight. Okay, so you decided at what point that you're going to do a band? Like when did that?
Well, well, the band really came through when after I was playing with bands, so I had experience with playing with bands. But when I was in St. Martin, I had all the contracts. Because after Colombia, I went back to St. Martin. I
Mhm.
had about 6, 7 contracts, and my job was to organize different bands to play different nights, and I would also play with them as well. So um, I had good experience managing bands and dealing with different players and different personalities. And when COVID hit, I lost all my contracts, and then the money started to go down, savings go down. I see if I can be broke in any country, it's in my country. I'm not gonna say broke in next man country. So I see, yes, go back down, Dominica. Yeah,
You came back down during COVID.
yeah, during COVID.
Wow. So I like how you say that. Because that was exactly what I was thinking too, eh? When I came back, I
Yeah,
was like, if I'm not gonna be employed, I'm gonna be unemployed in Dominica because
yeah,
I will get a fig, a hand a fig, somebody
yeah,
must give me a fish. And if we cannot get
mm-hmm,
a fish, we kill a bird and we eat it.
mm-hmm. Yeah, man, kill a booty, kill a
You
man, do
kill a goat,
something.
you will eat. Right? So I like that you say that. What was COVID like for you, like the period of COVID? Because I get a sense that that downtime really is when what festered your urge to create bouillon music because or fostered it, festered and fostered it, both of them, because
Yeah,
I feel like you right after COVID is you just like exploded.
yeah. So what happened now during COVID? I had nothing to do. All I knew what to do for the past couple years as well as music. So I said, you know what? I guess I'm gonna start making music. And then also I realized during COVID, there were a lot of people on the inside and people were spending more time online on social media. And no new artists were really releasing music, not Trinidad, not Dominican. So I said, not it was a good time to start releasing music and get people on my frequency and my wavelength. So I decided to create music. I was doing social media videos like Radio Friday. Every Friday I was going to the studio, make something, and I started to gain traction. And then when they opened up after COVID, remember you used to have like
Curfew.
limitations on the amount of people you could have on your event, like
Yes.
50 people, 100 people. So for bands like Triple K and them, they don't can pay for 50 people. But for me, as a new artist, it was a good time to experiment. Do a local show, get 50 people, do an next show, get 100 people. So by the time COVID was officially done, like I was the hottest thing coming out.
One that is telling me that you are able to pivot even in the toughest of times. Like you don't you
Yeah,
pamela, like you unbothered. Hashtag unbothered.
yeah, man, for sure.
Wow. So you guys came up because I remember like seeing like your videos, not even videos. It wasn't videos. No, it was mostly audio with a visual.
Yeah,
Like you'd hear that and I'm like, oh my god, who are these people? Where they come out? And the explicit nature of your lyrics, and you've gotten a lot of flack
yeah.
for
I mean,
that.
I think all the flag one has to be said because in the beginning was only Ridge and nobody else. So, don't make a Catholic country. My mother was going church. Sheba was just on singing about and blah blah blah. But I said my mother, hey, I'm not singing about rape, I'm not singing about burger, I'm not singing about stealing. Like I sing about what others do in the bedroom. What's so wrong about that? I mean, time and place for everything. I won't go and sing it in front of school children or whatever, but
Right, right.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, everybody growing up, who high. What is that going to do after? It's nasty business. So and then I started to really build like an army. So it was me, then Jolly came all about. And then Jolly showed me about Pooders. Then we contacted Pooders. Then from Pooders, we had Suki. And then Kenny G was there to come in the studio. And also started giving gigs to Taffy. Still Taffy pushing music. Freddie brought out Nice and Guada G. It was just like a whole big momentum. But then what I realized too is like, I know about the business, but a lot of people, artists didn't know about the business. So, and I maybe I should have maybe spent time to really teach them about the music business, but we were just like pushing. I said, let's push the music. So after that, we had to like step back and let go and like kind of stick to like my core, which was me, Jolly, and Kudas. Because they were more manageable and they were seeing the bigger picture I had for the Boya music.
So I want to be very like candid with you and very frank because
Hmm.
I obviously being on the outside for majority of the time, I hear things. People say things. People say, "Oh, this is what's going on. This is what's not going on." I also remember, somebody, people talking about, Suki and your interactions with him. And I mean, on your both of you came on my show. I mean, that was Suki's very first interview that he had, and people would say things like, "Oh, Rich just using Suki. Um, Rich don't care about the man. The man is on drugs. You know, and they're just using him for what can you share with us? Because and I'm gonna be very honest. Like, yeah, people say all of this, but I feel like I have insights as well that
Mhm.
I understand, but I feel like, and not like we try to explain. You don't need to explain yourself to anybody, but like it kind of bothered me knowing that people would always say those things,
Mhm.
especially because I knew differently.
Yeah.
Um, how did you feel hearing all of those things? First of all, tell me a little bit about the relationship with Suki, because I think that is very important. And then you could share with us how you felt when people started really like saying that you were using him, that you don't really care about him, and so on and so.
Okay, well, there wasn't really a relationship with Suki in the beginning. What happened is, remember, I was really doing my thing. I met Suki and it would Suki to me, yeah, it's Rich. Why I like your music? I listen to your music. I'm a fan. And one day, he told me to sit and record a song. I said, okay, brother, we might do it one day, you know? So a day, Jolly brought me in the studio and he wanted to record a song. He's a good guy, you know? So Jolly was helping him, like, tell him what to say. Like, he had his song, but he really didn't have a structure to it. But Jolly knew from being on the block, always hearing Suki sing his song, he knew some of his lyrics. So he was telling, like, Suki, um, salmon and eggs, break fast. So if you realize Suki wasn't really singing the bit like, it's kind of unorthodox the way he sang it. You
Yes.
know, it's an offbeat kind of thing, you know.
Yes.
Teacher, make breakfast because Jolly was telling him what to say. So after Jolly said it, he would say it. So and from there I didn't see Suki again. Suki went jail. And people saying about I use Suki. But what Suki had to come to use like if I had to do it in Dominican terms, everybody saying like, Suki the old power ridge, driving that power in your studio for it not, was nothing to benefit to just me getting my chance to express yourself musically. And when he fell in jail, I said, you know what, let me just still create this song, you know. So I did beat. I made a beat under it and I had a video, cell phone video. So I matched the audio from the computer to the cell phone so it would have a good quality. And this went viral.
Wow. Then he comes out of jail, and then you guys start doing things like more, making more like he did the gripping,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's
Coconut.
the coconana, and people also said he made you, you know, like
Yeah,
was the reason, like Suki that making rage if it's not. And I would hear those things honestly, and I would be like, and I would sit in the back, and I would listen, knowing differently, obviously, because during this time I'm building a relationship with you guys, especially at Turo, and so forth, and just kind of understanding what y'all are about. And I just felt that it was not the case, because and you proved everybody wrong,
yeah, yeah, for
because
sure.
you've maintained sustainability whether Suki is there or not,
Yeah.
right? So obviously you have a bigger vision than what people see. How did you feel though, knowing that people were saying all of these things? I'm interested to know, how you
But
felt.
for my part, I want to know it's not true. I don't really care, and I'm beside, and I really care what people say. I'm very good. My stress tolerance is very high, so people can say what they want. Like you're not feeding me, you're not giving me money, so you can run your mouth. I don't care. And once my family okay and my son okay, and I know my conscience clear, then it's okay with me. And I knew eventually people would see because I was there before Suki. I still there after Suki. I still bring out other artists, still had bigger songs again. So and after a while, they really got to Suki after a while because Suki like, oh, Rich, people telling him he's the star and he should go and do his own thing, blah, blah, blah. So I think, well, Suki, go and do your own thing and that's stopping your brother. I wish you all the best. And then he went to do his own thing and then little time he was back in jail again. And he never released a hit song after that.
And yeah, and that was very unfortunate. I mean, for a lot of us, Like I've run into Suki multiple times, and just always trying to tell him, like chill out, and I know a lot of internal stuff I can't really talk about, but obviously there was a lot of, you were always trying to like carry him,
Yeah,
because
man.
you recognize that he wanted to do it, and he has a gift, he has a natural gift, but there were other things, obviously
No,
the
man,
drug.
it was very stressful because it was like babysitting a big child. And you can babysit the baby, or babysit the big man, you know? Like people seeing the limelight and the cameras on stage. If I give you like one story, you would just understand. Like I'll share it anyway. Bram, I remember the first time we go St. Martin, we went Sugi let me want a woman. I said, okay, bring in the Spanish house, you get a woman, blah blah blah. Saying, oh, we want a local woman now, this and that. So anyways, I don't know, he is now Sugi problem is not really the crack, is it rum. When you drink rum, he says transform. So anyways, we go down by the hotel. I do see Suki and I see him come back up. He say, "Hey, let's go in the hotel." Now when I come reach out, I see smelling rum. Open his bag, I see a bottle of rum. I say, Suki, where you got a bottle of rum? Tell me for it in a Chinese shop. I say, Suki, my brother, you gonna big shoe, you got a wallet rum, my brother. You found the rum, just tell me you have money. He said, well, don't worry about that, no way to see me. And then boom. So anyway, that three girls there with us. Then Suki tell me, "Oh, you go outside, go outside. I don't know man in my room, blah, blah, blah. Start to get on. I said, Suki, what happened to you? And it's quite a long story short. I lay on my bed sleeping. And I said, Suki, let's run outside. Suki run outside the hotel naked. He says, Suki, where are you going? As we run behind Suki now. Oh, Suki in the headlock, Suki. Let's go back in the hotel. But Richard, go back, Dominica. Blah, blah, blah. I say, Suki, relax yourself. And he's putting back up now. And I say, like, if luckily it was like nighttime, 3 o'clock in the morning, because like daytime, Suki outside naked. I bend him for boxes, pulling him. What you can say? Oh, Richard, do okay, something inside there. So and that was like one incident with that. A lot of things that I did, and to me, it wasn't worth it. And I tell him, Suki, if you have to continue visiting, you have to go in rehab. If you're not going to rehab, this kind of work, and he just didn't want to go rehab, so I just had to let him go.
I know you've tried, like because I've known, like even recently you tried. And I
Yeah.
remember when you called me and you were like, I tried to find Suki, and I was
Mm.
like, you're trying to find Suki. How can you be trying to find Suki? He's like, we're supposed to be leaving today, and we cannot find
Yeah.
Suki. Like, so I understand very well, the amount of strain and stress it's been for you, and all of the guys, because obviously you have to give him so much more attention than everybody else. People going to
Yeah.
also feel like, okay, like what's so special about Mister? All of us
Yeah,
putting
man. Yeah, man.
all of us putting in our fair share. And I want to talk a little bit about Jolly, because I cannot not talk about, because you said something to me, and I'll let you be as honest as open as you want to be, without, you said something to me, that really showed me the kind of person you are. And I'm not going to say what you said, because we were having a private conversation, and and how you've set things up for Jolly, and his kids and stuff, like how you feel. You were very honest with me. Like, how, tell me a little bit about that relationship, because may he so
With,
rest in peace, but tell me a little bit about that relationship.
with me and Jolly.
Yes.
Well, me and Jolly happened. I know Jolly from SMA. We went to SMA together, so I know him way back then. And he was the first one. He had in music before me. Actually, he had a crew called Nursery Crew. He and Dada and Wati. So I used to dig them, man. And when I came back into music vibes, he was like, "Boy, Rich, you like why me doing my music different?" And I make him feel to come back in the music because after me, before me, it was really only Triple K and Asa. There was really bringing out no new artists. Triple K was bringing out artists. Asa was bringing nobody out. So like from Ridge, just had a whole new wave and a whole new interest in the boy. He was a man that was, I mean, everyone have their ways, but as a friend, I guess, as a loyal friend, and he always down to help, and I could always depend on him whenever I call him. So always when he died, some people didn't understand the business of it. Like, I remember when I went to do a show in Belleville after he died, it was like 2 days after he died. And he was like, oh, Rich just behind morning and whatever, this and that. But you understand, like, the music is a business. Like, people already buy all their drinks, season all their chicken, buy all their ice. I cannot just say I don't come in because of unfortunate incident because people lose a lot of money. And then to that money, all I had to get was for his children's school fee. And he tell me, Rich, when that money don't get to make it straight to my woman and posse. So like, what would benefit him more and what would be a benefit to society, Not playing or not playing. And it was hard, so then I start crying during the performance, like my eyes, nobody seeing that. But we have a passion for music and you understand the business. You just have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like you live on forever because you always, even like recently, I saw you perform. You still bigging him up, like
Yeah, man.
like as if he's still there. His spirit is still there and very much alive. Not just there, but in terms of your music and stuff, I feel like his spirit is very much alive. I wanna talk a little bit about Pudas now. I see him on the live.
Hmm.
Good evening to you, Adi.
UD.
Adi, I just call him. It's not Udi. Adi. Good evening, Adi. Um, you guys went. I remember you. He told us the story that you guys came all the way and looked for him where he was.
Hmm.
But what did you think? What's so special about him?
No, well, he put it out as a natural charisma, and like I like to see how somebody in the village, and the village was supporting him, and he was a guy that was just free, free evolve. He didn't care what people think. He doing his song, and some people put it like a magnet, to attract your attention. And then plenty when I started doing like research on him, and his name was a woman's story. Woman was on to fight with Buddhas, stories. I say, oh, that'd be an interesting character to add to the team.
So somebody have to have drama for them to be around you.
Well,
You seem to like drama. You
no, not
you're
really
drawn
drama,
to drama.
but one thing I know is there's no smoke without fire.
Mhm.
And no matter what you're doing, always gonna have a drama. Like once you're taking a risk and you come up in life, you're going to have haters, you're going to have whatever. So I know once you get in that, it's because you're on the right path.
Right,
Most
right.
times.
Most
Oh,
times.
yeah.
And then y'all released that EP, and you guys released so many songs. Um, my question for you now is how do you feel when you create for others? Like how does it make you feel as a producer? Because I have seen you perform songs that you produce. Like
Mhm.
it's kind of wild. Eh? Like you are just like a wild card because I
Yeah.
don't think there's any. Today I was actually talking to somebody all the way in Finland about you, and
Mhm.
I explained to them that he's a wild card. Like he has his, and I keep messing up the name of the keyboard. That's the guitar. What is it
Yeah, the
called again?
Kita.
The guitar.
Kita.
Kita.
Yeah.
I need to remember Nikita's name. I'll put that in my head. Kita and Nikita. All right. So you will do you can handle yourself on both sides. But how do you feel when you produce for people? What does it feel like? Because the other day you asked me a question which I'm considering.
Yeah.
I'm considering. They're still waiting on you. You know what conversation I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you feel when you do that for people?
Well, when I create for someone, I picture like creating something for myself because I always put do the best for myself. So when I do something for the next artist, I come with the mindset like I did something for me and I want to be very unique and that would really reach out there. And it's always good to see I can translate people ideas and thoughts into music. That's how I really good at. I really good at translating people thoughts and ideas to music. Like whether it can be from Paro to Prime Minister to Pudas, you know. Um, some way somehow I don't know how it ended up happening, but I always seem to connect the dots because like on Puda's album, like all the songs that went far were songs that I produced. Obviously, I have other producers, but like the song that really go far is the song that I produced for him. So I know for sure me and him have a good secret formula together.
Yes, I love. I mean, I was hooked from the time y'all dropped. I get plenty fire, although I wasn't producer, but because I have a mouthpiece and I would talk about it and I didn't care. I would dance to it. I did videos to it. I did. It didn't matter to me. I would use your music as my reels, being anything that I'm doing. Because for me, I just felt it was different, but it wasn't just different, it was magnetic. There was like a
Mhm.
pull. The music just had a pull, and it just kept pulling. And we've seen it reel people in. And yes, people trying all different ways to capitalize on it now. But for the longest of time, like, people were not really making money like they making now on Bouillon. Like, now
Yeah,
any Bouillon
facts.
artist can drop now, and they can land $1,000 night gig and go and play
Yeah.
somewhere. Where that wasn't happening back before you really started doing that. And when I've spoken to you, and I really want to commend you, and I've said that to you before, that you are one of the first people I see that really pull people with you.
But one
Okay,
second, 1 second.
no problem.
Isn't that?
Yeah, let's just yeah, he's actually in the middle of something as well, so we're trying to make sure that we're doing everything like we're supposed to. Yeah, I know you were Rich always making a money.
Yeah.
Rich
Yeah,
always
one thing
making
I
a
always multitask. Yeah.
Rich always making a money. I see Mr. Boston in the back, Mr.
Oh,
Later in
you
the
know
back.
everybody, man. Yeah, Mr. Later. Yeah.
I used to work on Q95, you forget,
Yeah,
man.
sure.
I know. Hi, Mr. Boston. And they not seen. Oh,
No,
they
no,
not
no, you know, AirPod, my AirPods on. Yeah.
yeah, the airports. Okay, so I wanna talk a little bit about, because I was going to talk, commend you. Where my thought process was leading was to commend you on bringing people on with you. You know,
Hmm.
like you are one. I've known other bands to bring one man, but not just you bring them. You didn't bring one man. You bring plenty people on with you,
Yeah.
and make them do. I mean, Suki went viral. Kenny G's gone viral. Poodles have gone viral. Jolly May still rest in peace. Emi's music has gone viral. Like, you've always brought people on with you. Why is that important for you?
What is the genre Booyah is kind of young, and for a genre to reach far, you need more artists into it, you know? Like reggae. When you hear about reggae, people think about Bob Marley. But Bob Marley wasn't the only one who made reggae go far. You had Peter Church, Gregory Isaac, Barry's Hammond, Buju. So I realized that Booyah didn't have a lot of Booyah artists at the time. So we need more artists, different ideas, different characters in the Booyah for it to go out far. Because I cannot carry Booyah on my back. We need more people into it. So that was the whole idea behind it, and just really sharing the love and to prove my ability as a producer, you know. Because other guys they like to work with big time artists. I always rather work with like a fresh artist, bring out the fresh vibes, and I think that proves your worth as a producer more than just doing a song with a big artist.
Rich, I feel like we need to take a break because I know you probably want to wrap up with the guys. I want to take a break, and then
Hmm.
we can take a commercial break. We can continue the conversation. If you need to reposition yourself, I know you just went in for your stuff. So we're gonna take a break.
Okay.
I'll put you in the lobby. You can reorganize yourself, and then we continue. Okay.
All right, no problem.
All right. So we're taking a short break, guys. I know a lot of folks have been on the live, and a lot of folks want to um ask questions. Hold your questions. When I say ask questions, then hit it. We're taking a short commercial break. We're coming back right after this.
Luce, you see this here? Okay, boom. We not chasing nobody. You mad? Who fool? Who chad? Who bunny bote? Tani ready? You mad? Who fool? Who chad? Who bunny bote? Timon, Gaibel. 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 Jigsaw. Let's go. You see this here? Okay, boom. We not chasing nobody. Why you got in all that vary? Acting as though you don't want me.
I love the Kalinago territory, I love the Kalinago people, and I really embrace my culture.
How the hell do we expect to survive as a communal society in a capitalist system?
We need to teach that history that have not been taught.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
All right, guys, where you're tuned in right here, we got Mr. Ridge in the building. We've been talking to him, we've been vibing with him. I see a few of you have been commenting. Want to see if I can pull up some of the comments, some of the things that folks have been saying. I can see Mr. He's actually on the go. He's on the move right now. He's on the move right now. And that's our Ridge stay. Multitasking and always doing the most. I want to kind of bring up some of the comments, especially I'm pulling up those from the top fans first. Guys, the top fans will get me to bring out their comments first. Your top fan, Kendra said his mother used to give him a volley. Kendra would know about the volley. Kendra must know about the volley. So big up yourself, Kendra. We have another person here. Candia Joseph says, real hustler vibes. Big up to you, uh, Candia. Then we have somebody else is asking, somebody's asking a question, and Rich probably can enlighten us. But we're gonna bring him back on. I can see he's on the go. You know, different location now, eh?
Yeah, but I gotta give us a lighting. Yeah, so back to it now.
We're in a different location. We're back to it. Somebody asking, we're getting to some of the questions. Joseph
Yeah.
is asking, so Ridge, what is Sweet Carolina?
You see,
Bouillon.
Karen is a bouillon man. I just put this soca. I put soca to know for people to talk and say, oh, that's soca, that is bouillon. You get the conversation, more engagement on my content for the algorithm. Yeah, but so Karen is a bouillon.
So Kessa, I hope he answered your question. We have a lot of folks coming on. So we have people like Carol Anthony listening from Palm Beach, Florida. Shimiel says, my G.
Yeah.
Have Kiki Joe. I don't know what she laughing. She say whoosh. A lot of folks are messaging. Someone calls you the vibes cartel of Bouillon.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Someone else is saying solid. You know, folks are bigging you up. Night. What am I late? Am I late or did I make it on time? You somewhat on time. D Sugar. All right. So we got a lot of folks coming on. If you're just tuning in, welcome. You are locked in, and we're talking to Mr. Rich. And before we took a break, we were talking a little bit about, how he's positioned himself to ensure that he's constantly bringing in new acts, new artists. People are constantly dropping. Rich, the last year has been so busy for you.
Mhm.
Um, your music touches on social issues, their personal narratives, their life experiences. What message exactly do you try to convey when you think of
But
producing?
to be honest, not really about a message. I just talk about my life. Most of my songs, all my songs based on real life stories. What I go through, my struggles, and I try to tell the stories that people can relate to. Because I feel that music is a good avenue for releasing stress. And I feel like without music, sometimes I feel like I can die, and I have to say certain things out there. Some of these songs, they're not really for me to get gigs or for international recognition, just for certain set of people. I know they go through some certain shit. And like when I make the gospel is booyah, my mother in my head, oh, you make something for Jesus Christ. Ah, okay, mommy, I'll give you something gospel for it to Alex. So she can say, yes, look, which our gospel now. My grandmother,
You
same
show
thing
that the
too.
praise. You show that the praise.
Yeah, actually, praise. You know, my grandma is an explaining God. Oh, make song for God. Okay, gospel booyah. Then my father, yeah, God, that's so B. Do something with Shaw B. Okay, do something with Shaw B. Do something cultural. So I try to make everybody happy, you know.
So you're a people pleaser.
I want to say people pleaser, but when it comes to my circle, if you have something, you know, and sometimes I like to think people see stuff from different perspective. So I think maybe that kind of helped me challenge me to be more creative and really prove my worth as a musician doing those stuff. So at first I was really interested. That like what money? I don't get no money when I make no cultural song. Nobody says jimping over the world. But you know what happened? That cultural jimping song, the other guy in Trinidad who interviewed me is like, they love that song so much. It's been in Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada, and it resonates with them because they have that culture too, the chord
They do.
drill, the
They do.
accordion, stuff like that. So, you know, sometimes you don't see the bigger picture, and I don't claim to know it all. So I am open to constructive criticism, and I like to accept challenges.
How do you balance making music that is both entertaining but also meaningful? Like, or you just make what that come to mind?
What's it to me? Like I, I would like to say is what I go in for at the time does really determine the type of music I'm making. Like sometimes me talking to you, I hearing you talking and I hearing music in my head. And you talking about topics and I seeing that how that can make a song. Like my brain always turning something to music. A horn, a baby cry, I hearing is a B flat. You know, sometimes somebody poem. I don't know that you know, I hearing the tone and the key of the instrument, I hearing what note it would be. You know, that's crazy.
Wow. Wow, that is so you're saying you're a little crazy, right?
Yeah, I know, crazy. I know, I crazy. Yeah,
That is
I get to injection already.
have you?
Ah,
Oh my god. So I know people are dying to know um when can they expect new music? Like I know people have been talking you are people have been talking about you for the longest while. People want to know when is the new music coming out?
yeah, so we purposely didn't release no music and to see what like everybody releasing, you know. And like to see I want to see what the competition like, but I like to see what out there and just be observer. But for sure Friday, me and Paul have some new songs dropping.
New songs, do you say?
Yeah, new songs, yeah.
Can we expect videos or just songs? Like
Yeah, both videos and songs because what we're really into a visual movement now because everybody's like Rage, why you didn't like you need more music videos and stuff like that. But I wanted to have like a catalog of music first before my videos. Because a lot of artists they can come and just play one song, two songs, and that's it. But like I know I can go anywhere and play like an hour, two
you
hours
can
of like
perform
my
for a whole
music.
hour, like
Yeah.
which is really wild. And to know that people like I'm so proud of you guys because even when you guys released the EP for Pooders, I
Hmm.
was like, but who Pooders think he been on like the whole EP? You know, to yourself, you're wondering like, what are they thinking? And out of the 5 songs, I believe it was, or 6 songs, like 4 of them blew up, like
Yeah.
considerably, right? To the point people still talking about some of them to this day. People still talking about them because they any culture can relate to what you guys talk about. Like
Yeah, for
any
sure.
culture, even when you throw in your little Creole parlance in them, people still can relate. Like they still like it still does not matter because, like for example, like the "Bitch You Miss Me" song, right? Like anybody can relate to that. A go
Yeah.
well. Anybody can relate to that. And it is so what exactly are you guys gonna hit this time? What string you guys gonna pull on Friday?
Okay. Okay, I can go like a little on
What
my
time is G
part.
string?
Yes. No, no, but I think for me, one of my songs is Where a Woman. That's one of my songs.
Where a
The
woman?
second one, Where a Woman, yeah. Where a Woman.
Who your friend that
Second
sing?
one.
Don't try. I like how you brain, you just
Uh,
brain pass it. Well, woman, the second one.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, let's talk about man that they mind your business, they study your business, but where your woman, study where your woman is, So where your woman, and then the second one, I have want you drinking rum, use my family. That's the second one for all the rum drinkers. And that one featuring Jolly as well, Bring back my boy Jolly on the scene. And fooders, I can give you sips of kudos. His hint is haters looking at me while I'm looking in my mirror. Yes, that's free. I giving,
That's a lot.
free
Yeah? That's a lot. You give me
subjects, yeah.
points. I feel honored. I feel honored,
Yeah.
and all of you on my life should feel honored, right? Y'all heard it
Yeah.
here first, right?
Yeah,
And it's
man.
going to be dropping on Friday. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, go and subscribe to them, and he'll tell you where you need to subscribe, but you need to go and subscribe, so and turn on your notifications, so when they drop, you have it, you get it first, you hear it. Folks are coming on and they're commenting, and I want to pull in people's comments because I don't want to leave them on red, because I feel like we need to get as many people in here, and some people are putting some long paragraphs. So let's see if we can get some of those long paragraphs. Cuthbert Hazel, in my opinion, what Rich is doing for Bouillon movement is unmatched. Actively putting on other artists while still maintaining his own status in the industry and trying to boost the Bouillon movement can never go unnoticed. So big up to you. So that's from Cuthbert. Um Kessler again is saying yes, he did, but how is music supposed to go further if we confuse the outsiders? Then we have to be fighting on social media platforms with these folks. I'm not sure what you're asking about, Kessler.
No, you talking about when I say if Sukarna is a boy or Soka, that he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, you did make that comment. I wasn't happy with you about that comment. I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
We spoke about that. I wasn't
Yeah.
happy with you when you said you're okay with it being on an umbrella, and I'm like, I don't I'm a straight shooter. I will, like yourself, I say it as I feel it is. And I felt, this is me personally, felt like I said so much because my one moment to shine, that fateful day in Brooklyn, Bronx, where was it? Brooklyn King's Theater,
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn, New York. When I
Yeah.
went up with Wyclef, I had an opportunity to say whatever the hell I wanted to say, right? And I chose
Mhm.
to call out people who did not put Bouillon on the awards, right? I
Yeah.
called Marshall, I call it Spice Dancing, I call it a few people, like, because I felt at the end of the day, it's like we part of the Caribbean too. And if you guys are going to say you representing Caribbean music, you cannot leave out some and put on. And I get sometimes the business part of it, because there was a business part of it as well that all of us are not privy to. But I still felt, as a Dominican coming on stage, it was important for me to talk about it. And then to hear you after you won the Bouillon Artist of the Year, you talking about Umbrella and soca. And I mean, I understand. I'm trying to understand, but I also have been around that fraternity for so long, and I also understand how much they care about their own shit. And
Mm-hmm.
I felt like we need to care about our own shit and push our own shit and have it as its own identity and not under any
Mm-hmm.
umbrella. That's how I felt. I know we are small, but I still feel like okay, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I feel soca music was usurped from us, right? From the
Mm-hmm.
history, if you know the history of soca music. And then to hear you say that, I want to knock your head, and you know that.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to understand the goal. What is the goal? Is to fight over the genre or to get the music out there. Once you get the music out there, it must be recognized. Like with reggaeton, they're not to say, oh, reggaeton is not reggae. Just continue doing your thing, get the music out there. And when you have enough artists out there, you can say, hey, this whole thing is called Bouillon. Because I know what a lot of people don't know, and including you and everybody else. Do you know what it takes to make Bouillon genre? Like officially?
A lot. It takes a lot.
What, what's
It
the
takes,
first step?
but it has. But it gets to a point where it has to be recognized even by the Grammys, like organizations like the Grammys, and like if it's not recognized at that level, like
Mhm.
soca not even recognized at that level. So
Yeah. So
flawless.
now, apart from that, now it's like it is a process in raising a genre of music. And for you to raise a genre of music, you have to have a certain amount of recognition, amount of artists actively doing the genre.
Mhm.
And the hardest thing Boyo has for the past time was getting out there and reaching the ears of people. That's why I started Nasty Business to really kind of shock you to listen to Booyah. And then we come with the Toxic Law, give you the other side of Booyah, the love Booyah, and stuff like that. So anything I do is a goal and nothing more to not have Booyah his own identity. But I know the big picture. What are really important right now is getting music out there, getting more Booyah artists out there. Because sometimes when you're fighting for the identity, you lose opportunities like so happening with someone else, stuff like that. Like stop fighting over whatever and do the thing. Make after we can discuss, you know.
Yeah, and that is something that I'm still like, I was so happy for Trilogy to be doing this, then to know that he has to
Yeah.
pull out. I feel like we missed an opportunity again because there's so much infighting. So I agree with you,
Yes.
but I can
So it's
still,
not coming fighting because people are saying, "Oh, that's not so kind of boy." I don't know what the fuck it is. It's music, play it. And it's music, play it.
yeah, I still feel a sense
Yeah,
of
I know how you
like,
feel, Auntie. Yeah,
I,
because at the end of the day, I not saying not Booyah. Like everybody knows Booyah I'm making. I win the Booyah Artist of the Year. I mean, like I know it's Booyah. I know what it takes, but I find someone fighting over the identity and not focusing on pushing the music out there and the opportunities that Booyah can get. Because the opportunities missing are life-changing opportunities for the genre and also life-changing for the artists as well. Because the hardest thing artists been having in Booyah before me was surviving off music alone. Like no one wasn't doing music full time except Triple K and
not
Issa.
even Triple K, that is like
And
a
yeah,
big
I'm Triple K, everyone have the day job too.
yeah.
It's I was really one I said I'm really doing music full time. So yeah, so it's a goal and like if people just fully lead, like I have a goal, I have the vision in mind. It's a movement. Like you just don't fight it, just join the train and push and you will see the bigger picture, because my goal is to have Booyah recognized as a genre and also like get Booyah to be mainstream.
Yes, yes. And I know you always talk about, your downloads and where it's playing, and you're always so focused on that. So I can see it happening in the future. It's going to take a lot of work because again, more of it has to come out, more of the music has to come
Mhm.
out, more artists need to drop. So in order for it to actually happen. Folks are coming on here, haters. So D Sugar feel like she know this song. Haters looking at me while I'm looking in the mirror. That song's really powerful. Like makes me do a double take. They already you see those followers of mine. I just knocking all the way. Oh, they already analyzing the man. The man give only one the name of the song and already start to analyze the thing. Somebody saying here we need a longer version to the keyboard solo. That is foreign heater is saying that.
Yeah, one of my new songs.
How did you get the PM to do a song?
More PM to the song was months of convincing and I circle made it come through. Big up to Sugar George, Sugar George really was the nail in the nail pillar to help it come through. Yeah, but it's kind of a time, I meet him with Melissa in the band. I think PM, we have to do that song, he started laughing. Am I serious? He said, okay, okay, okay. Then when I was pushing the whole Nasty Business Grand Curl Festival, we had a talk. I tell him, yeah, ready, He said, I'm ready for what? He saw the song. He said, still on that? I said, yeah, we can do this song and we can do it. He said, you want to do this song? I said, yeah. And then after that, some of his friends talked to him and some people again say like, oh, PM, Rich singing Nasty Business, like an image. What song you can make it reach? And he tell me, reaching out, we can do the song, come out to my office 5 o'clock. So when I come there with my keyboard, everything, I brought my team with me, my sister. And then the other lady there, I forget her name. She's like, what song you gonna do the PM? You can't say this, you can't say that. I said, PM say you can do a song. Whatever me and the PM do, we do.
It's the PM.
And then, yeah, and then at the PM, we start me a little keyboard thing. And when you record the first part, when I drop the rhythm, all the girls must go wild, wild, wild. She's like, no, don't put that. The PM cannot say that. So you make him to say it. That's what it's saying, and yeah.
Oh my God. When he had the final mix of it and it was done, what did he think?
Yeah, the only thing he tell me, just make sure I put the part with bigging up Melissa, and that was it. They say this song good.
He's like, what's he thinking of it? Yeah. Make sure, make sure he
Uh,
how did you get him to perform on stage?
well, what happened is that the day before the festival, I did a performance at Realm, me and my band, and he was there. When I started singing this song, I just passed him the mic. Everybody started screaming and he was singing this song with him, and said to me, I think you should come sing on Kira Festival.
You trapped the man.
If,
You trapped the man.
yeah, yeah.
You're a con artist.
I said, I tell him, if you should go and sing the song, after a couple of they tell me, boy, you don't have enough money to pay PM to come on stage. I say, how much do you want? You see, boy, you don't have money for that. But we'll think about it. So, that passed, and then I met him again, and I tell him, come and sing it. And I see he's looking nervous. He's like, boy, Rich, you sure be good? I say, yeah, man. People love you and think, brother, come on the stage and, you know, I tell him, after nice finish sing, just come. Yeah, just work with life. When you get to practice, it was like impromptu kind of thing.
Mhm.
Wasn't planned or anything like that.
It was a nice touch. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like people take some roles too seriously, and the person he's a human being. And
Yeah,
but I also felt that him putting his presence on your music was
yeah,
also a good strategy that you used, because I felt you went from getting a lot of flack to everybody's like, leave Ridge alone.
yeah, yeah. After that, like, yeah, usually when the parents are saying whatever, like, yeah, that was his, like, this stamp of approval from the head of the state. So, like, I was like, that's untouchable. Like, nobody can tell me nothing. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love you. Not you smart. You just use a strategy. You just strategize well. Oh, yeah, that's hilarious. Folks are coming on. Makaza is saying Bouillon has elevated in the past 4 years. As a promoter, it's important for me to see Bouillon artists just like artists and also develop the stage presence and elevate the performance. So that is a comment. I guess I don't know if it's G just putting a comment there just to say,
Yeah.
just to mention something. Another person is saying good points in regards to the music and its identity. So good points, uh Ridge, in regards to the identity of music. That's from someone else. um Somebody saying, Tara is saying, forget the fan, Juve working with my mirror. Hey, Juve working with my mirror in hand. You look, this song don't even come out yet. Jay
Yeah.
waiting for the song. um Somebody's asking, what is it? What that is what I like to hear in that music. Or they're stating, Jennifer, that is what I like to hear in that music. Um, a lot of folks are on the live. If you have any questions for Ridge, feel free to do so. Of course, Ridge, I want to get an understanding of, you emphasize that music can be a full-time career, and you also highlight the importance of monetization. And even though, through our few conversations, or I shouldn't say a few, but we have a lot of conversations.
Yeah.
You always emphasize, monetization and how to actually grow that. Both you and Arturo, what advice do you give to young Caribbean artists that are trying, young Dominican artists that are trying to make a living in Bouillon?
Well, I think it's first thing you have to like really put your mind that you're going to give it your all, and be consistent. Because like same way like you go and buy KFC from 8 to 4, Clear Harbor from 8 to 4 to 9. Like music, you need the time. You have to push your time and effort into it. Because the artists they just come and try and create something for Carnival or a song every 6 months. Like no, you have to be steady in it. Like record like 2, 3 songs every day. like every main drummer in the studio. I want to have to big up my drummer too, Nikita Christmas, because he's the one that helped me change the song of Bouillon. And I can tell you for now, like all the new Bouillon songs we've been hearing, like Someone Else, All of Taffy, all the Guadeloupe artists, they've been using his drums. And that's something he created for me when I was in St. Martin just before COVID to help me with my production. Because the live drums were what was missing in the Bouillon, and that really give it a different flavor. It's like that was the secret recipe.
You say someone else. So
Yeah.
you touching everywhere, man, my brother.
Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man. Everybody, that whole new generation, the whole new song about you, we created that new song. Everybody using our song, that frequency, that wavelength, that is the recipe. And they know it too, they know it for a fact.
Wow, that is wonderful. You also stress, the importance of having a reliable team. You spoke about, you always bigging up your team and stuff. What roles or what are some of probably the key roles that you think an artist team should include for long-term success? Because I hope you plan to be there for a while.
Not really, not if I'm in there for a while, no, but you need a manager, a good manager, booking agent. But the booking agent more important than the manager because you have to be making money for your manager to have an interest into you because some of you don't want a manager and they're not making no money, they have no shows. Like, what you need a manager for? That's just what you need a manager for. A manager is here to manage your business. So other the artists have to get their ass off the ground first before they can start looking for manager, pushing their work. Like I did a lot of free gigs in the beginning before I became an artist. With
Exposure.
Force Vibes, Exposure, Excess Groove. You have to go for that. The like only when I came on the scene, like other artists could just skip that stage because I realized that that was something that Dominica needed. There was no support system, no industry, no platform for artists to push out their music. And that what Arturo gave to me with Mosiwo. It wasn't for Mosiwo, the movement wouldn't have been what it is right now. Because he already had the platform from Carnival since 2007. So it was just natural to merge the music with the visual part of what he has been doing.
Mhm. Yes, yes. We go up to Atiro one time. Atiro probably screaming all now. So you know.
Yeah, man. We got my girl Anika one time too.
Yes, I see Annika is
Anika,
there. She said, I will never get tired of listening to Rich speak about his journey. You had a goal and didn't lose focus. That business mindset will continue to take you places and is one that many artists need to learn. You have the strategy unlocked. You really do. Like I listen to you, and even though I feel like I can learn certain things, but you really learn to mind your business. Like
yeah.
you've really learned how to mind your business. And I've been in conversations with you about you, and then sometimes I'm like, nah. Like when I listen to you and even how you explain certain things, you know your shit. So even in my introduction, when I say nobody can mama guy you, nobody
Yeah.
can mama guy you, I was not talking out of my ass. I know what I'm talking about. Like you really truly know what or how to run your business, and that is something that is very commendable because a lot of bouillon artists have been taken advantage of, and you will not be the one.
No, I not that.
you
Yeah.
will you will definitely not.
Woman has take put on me.
I was not going to say nothing. I was leaving that out, I purposely was leaving that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, but I know my do I know my day for I put it outside before nobody get to me.
So you're there for his woman.
Yeah.
What did a stick foot on you?
Once you take foot on me, we take foot on each other. It's a give and take. But when you're getting married, yeah, when you're getting married,
Me they
you married
ask
already now?
me they asking that?
I don't know. It must be you. You married already?
It can't be me.
Yeah, ring.
It
Let me see your fingers. Yeah, ring now.
cannot be me. It,
Okay.
it cannot be me. Somebody's asking, Mr. Ridge, when will you be performing in St. Thomas Carnival? Or will you be performing in St. Thomas Carnival?
Yeah, April 29th will be there.
Yes. You hear that, Ingrid? Yes, April 29th. Shima is saying, thank you. They have to put the work in to afford what they want. Yes. So she was just acknowledging what you said about artists wanting to put the work, not putting the work in and wanting to be managed. That is super important. Somebody else is saying, Ask him, will he be singing another calypso?
Yeah, that's the uncle at in St. Martin Bowers, Edward Bowers.
Your uncle.
Bowers, I go sing a calypso next year, man. Actually, you know what? I was producing some calypso for some calypso artists, Hunt and some other guys. Out of the calypso season, that's the interest in calypso. I told them guys that you can't have calypso just for calypso. You have to have calypso for the year, like if you really serious about the calypso, create calypso for the year. Because Hunt was a really a good artist I saw that was traveling from this calypso and he had some really relatable songs. It wasn't really like calypso, it was almost like a blend of something else.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, big up Hunter one time.
Yes, yes. Um, Somebody's asking, what are your plans for getting music to a Grammy, to a level of Grammy? That is Albly Spell.
Well, what the plan is just really through collabs, international collabs, and getting more into the mainstream song. And if you understand the mainstream and what you're looking for, it's very easy to mix the Boyo flavor with that because you're always looking for the new, like how Afrobeat is the thing right now, and then that EDM. Like Dominica has a unique song, and if we can find a way to mix it with the other cultures, like what I've been doing and other guys have been doing, I think we stand a good chance of reaching that level.
I do too. I agree. I'll drink to that, even if it's tea. Um, I normally do this on my Run the Track and Talk show. And this is not a Run the Track and Talk show. This is mostly you talking about your life and your music and stuff. Because I didn't want it to be a Run the Track and Talk show because I usually
Mm,
bring people on, and but we felt like we needed to bring in the rapid fire questions because we want to kind of get to know you. We know you, and I wasn't sure too how cool you'd be, if you'd be intense or if you or you'd be more relaxed. So I'm like, probably that would
mhm.
make you relax. So I do have some rapid fire questions that I want to throw at you, and you can't think
Hmm.
too much. You gotta just
Okay.
out when I give you the question. Okay, you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Keyboard or microphone?
Keyboard.
Mm. Bouillon Zouk.
Booyah.
Studio session or live session?
Live session.
What is one name one artist you'd love to collaborate with now?
Kalash.
You say that like as if it's a futuristic thing. I cannot stand you. Anywho, um, favorite song you've ever made?
Climax.
Really? What about Climax?
Well, different vibes. And this song that really got the ladies coming to my events a lot when I released my first green album. Baby Climax for me, it was a good collab between me and Dover. Yeah.
Mm,
That I think that was the way it really sparked the whole Booyah love that we're in right now.
mm. Where would if you had to a dream venue to perform at? Where would that be?
Madison Square Garden.
Look at you going with your bad
Yeah.
self.
Come on.
If you could master any other instrument, what would it be?
Guitar.
Why?
That's like soloing
Mm. Beach or mountains?
mountains.
Cook at home or eat out?
Go cook at home.
Rum punch or coconut water?
Coconut water.
Really? Long drive with music or quiet night at home?
Right now at home.
Hmm. One word that describes you.
Brain.
If you weren't a musician, what would you be doing?
Mm,
You think it too
videographer. Videographer.
long. Mm. Go back in time or see the future?
See the future.
Mm. One thing people don't know about you,
I'm a single dad.
but I know that.
Yeah, because I tell you.
Ridge, I wanna see if there's any other folks that, but this is where we wrap up. I wanna see There's other folks. Jennifer Coffee saying, I appreciate the music. I am older in my 60s and love nasty business. His music anyway. When I used to live in Guadeloupe, I heard all about nasty business music. So now Dominic has his own nasty music. I love it. I love it. We love you,
Mm.
Jennifer. On behalf of
Oh
Rich.
man, big for
Uh, Tara is saying Rich learn his craft and invest in himself, and what a fantastic payback. So just commenting on that. Um, somebody saying Climax had SM on lock. Um, one word that describes you is patapa. One word. Folks are somebody say burn bread I flat. Rich, what are your final words? Anything that we didn't touch on that you want to share with us, before we wrap up?
No, just big up to all the fans and all who voted for me and continue supporting the music. Um, big up to you, Jael. You're doing a fantastic job. I see what you've been doing. Has been going unnoticed, and it will be rewarded on our side soon.
On this side.
Yeah. I got to part of people's side, but for sure, we
Yeah.
respect you. Big up Arturo, big up Drummer Fridge, big up my band, big up Pudas, UD Prince.
Yes.
Has been a day one and a loyal soldier with me, and I can't forget that. Um, big up my son Jaquan. Jaquan, many have a song coming out too. Together, I featured one of my songs on Friday. Yeah, looking forward to carnival season and seeing you guys on the road.
Yes, we definitely. I know a lot of folks are coming on and they're saying that I'm honored to get to know you better. Thanks for sharing your story. That's from Australian. Um, you know, Ridge, you're a different kind of folk, and I mean, you reached out to me. You guys, both you and Arturo, you've spoken to me, and can't really disclose our collaboration, but I really must say I have a lot of respect for you guys, just from the beginning, like seeing things from an outsider, seeing things as an insider, but also seeing things in a bigger picture. Like, you have so much knowledge and you're not scared to share your knowledge with people. You're not scared to, and Achiro as well. I always want to big him up too, because Achiro is telling me like, Jill, make sure you get this and make sure you get that. He's always like telling me make sure, and I'm like, bro, you can't tell me make sure. Like, you can suggest, but he's just like, it's just so effortless for him to for y'all to just be, let's help each other make this bigger, make this better. We see the vision, we understand the drive, and let's do it. And I truly appreciate you. I truly appreciate, Arturo. No, I appreciate him. I'd have to tell him this is all about him. So I tell him to come on the show, but he afraid. But I truly appreciate you, and the work that you're doing, and I really want to commend you on all your hard work. As long as I'm alive and I'm able to assist, I want to make your most wildest dreams come true. Not in that sense. Money wise,
Yeah.
and I truly appreciate everything that you do for Dominica, you do for the genre, and you do for yourself. Like, you're just a really good businessman, and I really must commend you. A lot of folks are on there, shouting you out, saying your praises, and telling you thank you for being a wonderful person. Covbody saying, how can an upcoming artist get advice from you? I think folks also want to know. I believe my girl Goldilocks is asking if you're open to songwriters, or do you prefer to write your own songs? Folks are still asking questions. People are
Yeah,
so
but let's not say what for the writing part. Like most of the songs I write, but like some songs, Jolly help me write, Pudas give me ideas, like Climax with me and Dover. Like I would like one head, two heads were better than one. And I feel like the problem in Dominica, people like to do it by themselves. Like during COVID, I had about like six guys work with me on my album for a whole year. I'm really push all into it. And it's the teamwork make dream work, that what they say. Yeah, you need your team, and there's nothing wrong giving people credit. Yeah, then you do it by yourself. Like once you get the end result and both of you guys can um appreciate and enjoy the success, then why not?
why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Rich. I know you're in your car and you put on the lights, and
Yes,
I really appreciate you always on your hustle. Thank you so very much for coming on and sharing with us. Have a good night.
Have a good
Have a
night,
good
Jael.
night,
Don't make
Jael.
a man shake your cherry tree.
Shagalak, shagalak, shagalak. You guys, that was Mr. Ridge. Big up yourself one time. Thank you so very much, Ridge, for stopping by and talking with us, chatting with us, sharing the love with us, share a little bit of what is life with us. We appreciate that, and thank you very much to all those of you who came on and shared and really, really respect this man and respect his drive. Because sometimes, not everything that every time sometimes we see people doing things and we don't understand how much hard work and how much things that goes on behind the scenes, and we try to be envious and we try to hate and we try to have all kinds of things to say, like we now, my message to people: mind your business. Mind your business. Because a lot of people, a lot of us are just minding our business, right? And in minding our business, we will reap the rewards from minding our business, right? And I just really want to appreciate folks that know how to mind their business, right? And that's my message in 2025. Mind your business, right? And that is something that Ridge, really shows, a lot of us. You can get success, but you have to mind your business. Stop minding your business and don't let no man shake your cherry tree. Guys, this was it for tonight. Thank you very much for those of you who tuned in. Much love to you. Thank you very much to the sponsors of the show. Don't forget, you can support anytime. You can support on my Patreon. You can support on PayPal. You can support by mobile banking. You can support the show if you are a business owner and you'd like to sponsor the show. You can reach out to us. Our contact information is at the bottom. You can find us on blackislandgirl.com. You can email me at jaeljoseph.com. You can find me if you want to be part of this show. You want your brand to be heard. We got exciting shows coming up over the next couple of days. We got DJ 5.0, one of the youngest DJs who's making waves. One of the youngest Dominican ancestry, Dominican DJ. Let me tell you, when you ask him where he's from, he's in Dominica, period. Right? And he's going to be coming on tomorrow. He's going to be talking to us. And then on Friday and Saturday, we got the Junior Monarch. That is the Calypso on Friday and the Bouillon on Saturday. With my son will be co-hosting with me. So Jojo will be co-hosting those two shows with me, 4 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Tune in. The rest of the week, we're going to be here until Saturday. We're going to be here until Saturday. Make sure you turn on your notifications. If you've not followed and subscribed yet, what you waiting for? What you waiting for? Follow and subscribe. Pretty soon, I'll be telling people, you know what? I ain't called putting out your comment. You need to subscribe. Subscribe. All right. Okay, guys. That's where I wrap it up for tonight. Thanks again to those of you who tuned in. Peace. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.